Hey, welcome back, and thanks so much for joining us. We're sitting down right now with Chad Hodson from Blount Memorial, and we're talking about getting fit in the new year, and you have the idea that it's less about making a resolution, it's about setting actual concrete goals.
Yeah, I think we make the mistake of just giving these loose resolutions of I'm gonna just get fit in the new year, or I'm gonna drop some weight. I think it's a lot more effective to say I'm gonna do a 5K, or I'm gonna be able to get a pull up, or I'm gonna be able to deadlift my body weight, those type of things, and then you work towards those, and you'll definitely see progress along the way.
So how do we get started if we're going to do this? Not just, because I'm guilty of that too, you just say, okay, I'm going to get in shape this year.
Yeah, well, let's use weight loss for an example. Like a lot of times people have a number in mind. They want to weigh this much, and they'll put that goal out there for 12 weeks. That's real common to do it. Like 3 months, I'm going to hit this. Mm-hmm. I've found with people I work with, if I give them bi-weekly goals to hit certain weight loss goals, like I may say, let's try to drop 3 pounds in 2 weeks, and then they have to get on that scale. They hit those goals. So making them a little more tangible where they're coming up versus 3 months down the road, because most of it, we don't really have a good grasp of what we're doing 3 months down the road.
So you think small goals, short-term goals are better, leading up to maybe a bigger?
Yeah, absolutely. Like that, because you've got to track progress along the way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what's next? Do you want to join a gym, find home workouts? What's better?
So, really, I think most people need to belong to a gym, have somewhere where they're going. That if you're wanting to work out at home, you got to have a real Type A personality. Because most people, right, if they've got a treadmill or a bike that they think they're gonna use at home, a lot of times they've got to pass a recliner to get to that, and it's hard.
That's hard.
Yeah. So I think when you go to a gym, you can get into some small group classes or something like CrossFit, and there's some accountability there, and you're just much more likely to stick to it.
And then you also say that it's important to expect some bumps along the road. It's not going to go perfectly.
Yeah, I see it all the time. People go from December, they're eating whatever they want, indulging often, and then all of a sudden January they just are going to cut it off, and they're not going to have that piece of cheesecake or that dark chocolate or whatever it may be. And they may have been doing good for like 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden, they screw up, maybe had a little too much cheesecake or overeat, and then they're like, well, I give up, I quit. And they let that sort of thing derail them, and that's the worst thing you can do. You just think, get back on the wagon the next day and do better that next day.
Okay, so slow, steady changes, Chad, that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the advice.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the show.